So the Second Amendment, you can see, says a well-regulated militia being necessary, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So liberals who know nothing about the Constitution and nothing about reading comprehension, they have a really tough time with words and all. They'll say to themselves, well, that right of the people refers to the militia. It does? Because that's really fascinating, because when right of the people is used in other amendments, it clearly refers to, wait for it, the right of the people, like a person, people. Here's the First Amendment, precedes the Second Amendment for the liberals listening. Protecting religion, speech, press, clearly uses the words, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble. Is that a collective right too, when they said right of the people? So your right to free speech and your free exercise of religion is a collective, not an individual right? Is the left making that argument too? I haven't heard that argument. Haven't heard it, but it's the exact same language as the Second Amendment after the first one. So kind of strange how the framers of the Constitution who drew up the Bill of Rights would use the exact same term, right of the people, to mean an individual right, but then say, no, but not for the Second Amendment. See, those words appear again in the Fourth Amendment, where it says the, quote, right of the people to be secure in their persons, basically from unlawful search and seizure. Is that a collective right too? The framers were just confused about their language. They just randomly threw that in there. No, that's clearly an individual right. Police can't break down your door without a warrant. So explain to me again how the right of the people in the Second Amendment meant something different than it meant in the other amendments. I'd love to hear it. Here's the last part on this. Again, liberals and they're almost allergic to facts, and it's really infuriating, because when you give them facts, they just either lie to you or they just move on. It reminds me of that Al Sharpton clip we played. Al Sharpton will make an appearance in a few minutes in the show, but that Al Sharpton clip we played last week in the tax show with John Stossel, where Al Sharpton says, hey, there's this number that the rich people should pay in taxes percentage-wise. And Stossel gives them the number. Sharpton's number was actually lower. And then Sharpton just moves on like nothing ever happened. This is what liberals do when you cite facts to them. So I have this chart I keep handy. It's from AEI, American Enterprise Institute. And it so clearly eviscerates the dopey liberal talking point that more guns equal more crime, therefore we should control guns, that you would think a common sense person would say, okay, I'm going to move on, at least try a different talking point. But no, facts never get in the way of a stupid liberal argument. So this chart, I want you to put this first one up here, if you don't mind, Ergy. There's a reason this chart's from 1994 to 2014. 1994, so the assault weapons ban. We would think, oh my gosh, like 10 years, we'd see after this thing, the assault weapons ban lapsed. Clearly, there was an explosion of people owning firearms. So there must have been a bump up in the gun homicide rate too, because the leftists have told us more guns equal more crime. For those of you watching on Rumble, you're probably looking right now on the video going, that doesn't seem to be what happened. For you audio listeners, let me describe to you the chart. It's not complicated. It measures the number of guns owned, privately owned, and the gun homicide rate. Get ready, libs. This one's going to be tough. The number of privately owned firearms in that 10-year period went up by 56%. Up. That means towards the sky for the liberals listening, up. What happened to the gun homicide rate? It went down. For liberals, again, that's the opposite of up. It dropped 49%. So wait. So the number of privately owned firearms went up and the gun homicide rate went down. So again, if you do the whole tolerance, coexist, facts, data, we believe the science, follow the science. Well, science involves data accumulation and facts analysis, and the data clearly says the opposite thing happened. But that never lets liberals get in the way of lying to you and going, no, more guns equal more crime. The chart says the opposite. More guns, less gun homicide. Again, liberals, Gun rate, ownership up, gun homicide rate down the opposite, down, moving towards the earth, the subterranean mass, the mantle and the core, up towards the sky, atmosphere, clouds and stuff. I need you to visualize up and down because I know that's really hard. Here's another chart from AEI because I can tell you, right? I'm always ahead of these libs because they're so predictable. Libs will tell you, well, that doesn't measure gun ownership per person. That could be one person buying 10 million guns. Oh, okay, that's stupid, but whatever. So let's measure gun ownership per person versus the gun homicide rate per person. You'll notice the same phenomenon, folks. Gun ownership per person, up. Gun homicides per person, down. Again, liberals, up one direction, down the other. So your ridiculous assertion, more crime, more guns, crime, gun control, take people's guns, is stupid. The Department of Justice's own analysis of your assault weapons ban said it was crap, that it didn't work. Your data of more guns equal more crime is the opposite. More guns, less crime. And per person, more guns per person, less gun homicide per person, entirely eviscerates and debunks your stupid talking points. Listen to me. I get it. I totally understand. You will not stop lying and you will still continue to insist that you have data that more guns equals more crime. I get it. You don't, but I get it. You'll continue to lie.